we just wanted to reflect a little bit on those transferable skills that they spoke to. And for those that maybe are wondering, what do you mean by that, or what are you talking about? I'm going to bring Brett in here just to talk about a little bit. If you can speak for your own experience, Brett, before you actually get your training or your education, when you're 14, 15 years old, that skill set that you already have that you may not even be aware of. And as a competitor, can you speak to some of those sort of success skills that you have that you've worked on to make you successful?
Of course. I mean, I grew up playing sports at such a young age, and not only was I involved in sports, but I was also involved in other like volunteer community opportunities. And each experience, whether it's from an academic standpoint, an athletic standpoint, or from like community involvement or whatever you decide that you're doing with your life or your time, there's transferable skills to all of it. A big example of me being a part of team sports for the majority of my life, and even as an individual sport of canoeing myself, there is a big team aspect. Transferable skills such as like leadership and communication are really important, not just for me and my sport, but as I'm transitioning from sport to my work career as well too, and starting to be involved in both. The skills that I learned from sports are skills that I use in everyday life in my career as well too. Whether it's like taking notes when somebody speaks or it's listening to your coach, those communication skills that you develop growing up are skills that you use every single day, and it's not even like you're consciously using them. When you develop them, whether it's in junior high, high school, university, they just become natural, and they're just skills that you use daily without even thinking of them. Collaboration, whether it's through in my sport, we all train as a group. Anywhere between 6 to 10 of us might be training together. The benefits of collaboration and working together to try and push ourselves. That's not just a skill that you use in our sport, but it's also a skill that I use in my office setting. When you have 4 or 5 people working on a project, it's you get more work done, and you also get a higher quality of work done. And all these skills that I use on a daily basis are not just important for myself, but they're important for helping those around me too.
That's perfect. Yeah, and I just had a screen share there. And so they say secret language, but when you're applying for a job, regardless if it's your first job when you're starting out, or or you're a seasoned career professional, they're always looking for those. The first things they talk about are your collaboration skills, teamwork, communication skills. Over and over again this morning, critical thinking, persistence, just those things that we can be working on now, regardless of the career that you choose to go into, or what you choose to do with your future. And just so what is a transferable skill? It's a skill and ability that can be applied in different areas of your life, such as your social life, your professional life, your academic life. As Brett said, any school team or social environment that you're in, these are skills that you're using all the time. So to be conscious of those and to see opportunities to improve or work on those skills is incredibly important for your future success.
As well as one thing too that I've learned through the RBC Future Launch program. So before I was even an RBC Olympian, I was an RBC Future Olympian, which I did workshops with the Future Launch. The RBC Future Olympian program is through Training Ground, and it is just a sponsorship. There wasn't the work component as a part of it too. But when I applied for the work component part at RBC, one of the things that they taught me through the Future Launch is that there's only 2 answers whether it's in an interview or if it's a teacher asking you a question or a coach. There's yes, I can do it, or there's yes, I can learn to do it. And those 2 answers are 2 things that I've kind of taken with me, not just in my career as a sport, but it's something that every single day, no matter what project or practice or whatever I'm trying to tackle. Those are the only two answers that I have in my mind.
I love that. That's great. I have a little poll that I hope will work. I am going to launch a little question answer here. Taking notes while someone speaks is an example of which type of transferable skill? Critical thinking, communication, digital literacy, or adaptability? We have 1 vote for critical thinking, 3 votes for communication skills, 2 votes for adaptability skills. Brett, what do you think?
I would say it's communication skills. And any time when you're conversing and passing along information. But just because communication skills is one of them, there's multiple skills that are used that are all in one. There's no wrong answer as per se.
Super. That's great. We have time for one more. I'm going to do one more here. Cooperating, sharing ideas, and working with a group are examples of which type of transferable skill? So cooperating, sharing ideas, and working with a group. Would that be digital literacy, persistence, financial literacy, or collaboration? So this one, everyone agrees that this is the skill of collaboration. That's great. Brett, do you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, I touched in a bit about collaboration when I was talking earlier, and the ability to be able to like share ideas, work in a group. You're not just using your own like creative thinking, critical thinking skills. You're combining all of them as a group, and I find for myself, I learn a lot from others and listening to others see. Just because I think something is one way, some people might see it a different way through a different line of thinking. You can learn from both people, and it only just makes yourself better and develop those skills even more.
That's great. Thank you. Thanks everyone